welcome back to the channel and a video I didn't expect to be making, but yeah, some sort of toolbox tour was recommended to me by the YouTube algorithm, and I thought, I've got some tools, I'm sure I could do a tour of them. So we're going to do a partial tour. I'm not going to do the full thing because yeah, I don't want you getting bored of me. Let's see, this is my classic series, I think it is. 100-year anniversary snap-on toolbox. I think it's number 20 of 354. Nice. So I think this is about the 5th toolbox I've owned. The second one I've bought personally, brand new. The first toolbox I had was a Sealy, about 10 years ago now. It was bought by my boss at the time when I was doing my apprenticeship. He bought the bottom box and I got the top box for it. It was just a little half, about that size, half width, 7 drawer, and a little top box. Yeah, light blue, that was that. Obviously when I left there, I kept the top box, left the bottom box because I didn't feel right taking it. Obviously I didn't pay for it. Luckily my tool collection wasn't that big and most of it fit in the top box, no problem. Second box I ever bought was it was a snap-on Storm is what it was. I don't remember what series. Heritage, is it? A Heritage toolbox. Yeah, roll cab, top box, and then I ended up with a side locker for it as well. I traded that in and bought my first proper brand new snap-on toolbox in about February 2017, which was a classic series. It was exactly the same as this bottom box, obviously same drawer configuration. It had the wooden top. It was white, all white with chrome trim, and it had red trim around the edges. I think there was a red trim on this door with the snap-on logo. If I've got a picture, I'll pop a picture in. And then I was wanting more storage, I think, really, so somebody I used to work with had a KRL, snap-on KRL. It was a big one. It was shorter, but it was deep. It was almost square, with a top box. Stood probably about 6'2" in height, I would say. I couldn't quite look into the top of it. Obviously started swapping the tools into this new box. You know, tried it for a bit. Couldn't get used to the layout. I was taking 3 attempts, you know, to find the stuff I'd put in, you know, whichever drawer. And then this was on the van, the snap-on truck, and I had to have it. Obviously the bottom box was the same layout as the previous one that I was used to. Came with the, you know, the Hutch, the riser, which, you know, if you've got shite in there, you can just close it down and it looks tidy. So I traded the 2 boxes in that I had, my old classic, I think it was a classic 78, and the KRL for this, which was the first box I got on finance, and I think I regretted it the moment I stepped off the van, but here we are, still paying it, you know, it is what it is. That's enough yapping, let's have a close-up, shall we? So I'm going to start with, I'm going to show you the top 2 drawers in the hutch, I think, for today. We'll save them for another time, that side for another time. And I've got a service cart as well, which I'll show you another time. So this is the first drawer, which is actually the second drawer down. I'm going to call it the drawer of destruction. So in here, hammers, pry bars. I've got a 1 metre, is it a metre? I think it's just over a metre breaker bar. It's a 3/4 size, that one. Hacksaw, wire wheels for angle grinders, sandpaper, little emery wheels, scotch cloth, more wire wheels, discs and flat wheels for a grinder, wire brushes, ball joint splitter, some big ass chisels, punches. This is my favourite punch for doing drive shafts. Saves you sort of mushrooming the end over if you get it sort of right down the centre. A little stubby lump hammer there. I should probably get a new chisel set and punch set, to be honest. Some drill bits. Yeah, eye protection. Yeah, so we've got a Thor number 4, which is hide on one side, copper on the other. This is a dead blow hammer. Could also double up as some maracas for the garage band. Pry bars, you'll notice, are mixed matched. So I did have a full set of these, which were, I think, Signet, which I think is a brand of Sealy. Somehow I've managed to lose the 2 biggest pry bars, and this is like 18 inches long. Fuck knows how I've done that, so I've just replaced them with the snap-on ones. And yeah, that's all about all there is to say on that drawer. What have we got? Wiper arm puller there, actually. And that's a rack end, or in a tie rod. Steering arm removal tool. I've never had much luck with tools like this. I had another one, but for me, just a big set of water pump pliers does it. Then we've got these stud extractors. They're a Blue Point, a bigger one. There we are. Next drawer up of the box is a box filled with stuff in boxes. That hinge is a bit sticky. Hinge roller, I don't know if they need greasing. But yeah, this is just everything that's in like a blow moulded case. So I think we'll start over here, bottom left. And this is my tap and die set, which again I think was off the Sealy van. Back in the day we used to have two tool guys that came round. Obviously Snap-on, and then the Sealy truck with an old bloke, really nice, Ralph I think he was called. I think he retired and then it got taken over by another bloke. He lasted maybe 18 months and then that was that. So, you know, any Sealy tools, it's going to be a nightmare trying to get, you know, the lifetime warranty covered. Which is why, you know, started getting Snap-on stuff, because the guy's always round every week, reliable is what you want. So yeah, it's just a cheap tap and die set. Some of them are probably missing. One thing that pisses me off is these are always dropping out. It's like the little tabs that hold them aren't tight enough. And then, yeah, taps on this side. I've got some here that obviously might be missing, but there's some that I've pressed like a nut on the end in a vise, just so I could get more leverage with a spanner, or maybe there wasn't enough room to get this T-handled thing in. Yeah, a couple of them with nuts pressed off the end. And then you can just slice them and take the nut off, and yeah, taps are pretty hard, not much damage happens to them. So that's that. Top left, tape measure, 5 metre. I've got Stanley knife, well, you know, type thing. This is a spark plug socket. I think I got it for Renault's petrol engine Clios and stuff. And then this is obviously the tap thread repair kit that we used on the Clio. This box is a set of step downs. That quarter drive to 3/8 and the 1/2 inch to 3/8 I keep on my socket tray because I used pretty regular. That one's gone missing, should probably replace it. And that one stays, that's 3/4 to 1/2 inch. Stays on the end of my big breaker bar that I showed you just before. This is a lambda socket set from Blue Point. 4 different types, lengths. I think there's some are 3/8, some are 1/2 inch. And then you get obviously a thread chaser, thread cleaner. I think it was about maybe 60 quid, I don't remember it being too dear. This, probably the most pointless tool I've ever bought. I've never had luck with these screw extractor sets, no matter the brand. They either don't work or they fucking end up shearing, and yeah, I don't think you get warranty with these because it's kind of what they're designed to do. Yeah, not my best purchase. We've got this. This is a Blue Point alloy wheel socket set. 17, 19, 21, 22, 23, 24 and 27 with obviously the plastic alloy protector. Obviously I've got a set of these to give away when we reach the 495 subscribers. So that's what they look like. I think there was 60 something quid plus the VAT as well. This is just a generic bit set. Had it years and years, don't even remember where I got it from. Some are missing obviously. This obviously we've got Posi, Phillips, Posi 1, 2 and 3 actually. Phillips 1, 2 and 3. Drill, adapter. I've got an adapter on my little hex impact driver. And there's another adapter for something else. And then we've got flat bits, Torx bits, security Torx, metric Allen key, imperial Allen key, metric and imperial security Allen key. There's a couple of these multi-splines, one's broken or missing or something. And then there's these 2-pronged type things, some square drives, whatever these are, and whatever these fucking triple thingy-mabobbies are. Never used them, no idea. So that's that. In here is an airbag removal tool, which rarely gets used, to be honest. In fact, I did use it today to take the airbag out the steering wheel on the Punto. Yeah, it comes with some various sort of flat-bladed, right-angled type jobbies. A couple of long Torx, I think the T30s. Obviously some are held in by Torx bits, airbags in the back of steering wheels. And then whatever they're for, I think it says on the front, V-dubs and stuff, but it's rarely used, to be honest. I could probably buy something else to put in this drawer and not really miss this set. Right, so next we shall go towards the back, and this is a Blue Point. It says automotive test kit. It's a Mitivac basically, and I use this mainly for testing turbo actuators. Obviously you can pressure, you can turn it to pressure or you can turn it to vacuum. and yeah, it'll operate the actuator on a turbo, or if it's seized, you know, it won't operate it. You can use it for like dragging brake fluid through clutches, brakes and whatnot, but I've never used it for that. So that is that. And front here, it's a Sykes Pickavant brake flaring tool on vehicle. You can use it on the car. It's probably 8 or 9 years old. But yeah, whenever there's brake pipes to do, that gets broken out and used. So it's, yeah, stays in the box. Obviously, the pipe goes through there, and then whichever, there's 3 different adapters, and you slide that on, wind it up, yeah, and it'll do you a nice flare. To be honest, it took a bit of getting used to this, it's getting a decent flare, but I think I've mastered it now, although I've not used it for a while, so I may have forgotten again. Right. Back here is just a Sealy sort of bit set. This again, I've probably got when I was doing my apprenticeship, so it's 10 years old. The handiest thing I found with this was T60s and T55s. I didn't have any 3/8 sort of sockets that were T60s, and a lot of flywheel bolts seem to be T60s. The short ones obviously snapped, but it was cheap, I think. Anyway, I wouldn't expect it to hold up with an impact gun on it. But yeah, 1/2 inch adapter, 3/8 adapter. It's Torx, multi-spline and Allen key. Don't get used that often, but you know, if you've got something, you know, if you need to sacrifice a bit, I would probably choose something out of there. This is a brake piston, caliper piston wind back tool. Laser, I think the brand. Again, yeah, wouldn't be without it. I mean, it is missing some adapters now, obviously newer stuff. I think there's like triple pin adapters on some Volkswagen and Audis that I've got to kind of bodge one of these 2-pin ones in to get it back. Might be worth me buying. Just the, yeah, the little cap that goes on the end, but there's a left-hand thread and a right-hand thread. Yeah, not bad, not bad. We've just got a box of R-clips. I mean, the workshop's got some sundries and stuff in a cupboard, but these were bought personally by me. So they'd either fucking go missing or get fucking tipped out. So I'll just keep them in here. We've got a riveter. This was from Halfords, I think. Nothing wrong with it. It does the job. The only problem is, for me, rivet selection. They all seem to be on the smaller side and stuff. I found myself needing larger diameter rivets. Can't remember what for. I just, yeah. And I think even in this has got rivets in. Even some of these aren't quite wide enough for whatever it was that I was doing. So there's that. And then we're on to some timing tools. This is a Ford, Volvo, Land Rover 2 and 2 litre diesel. I think it does Jaguar as well. Flywheel pin, camshaft pin, flywheel locking tool. This is for N47. BMW engines with the chains at the back. I've done 10 or 12 of these now. Yeah, engine out job for me. Nice. This is one I bought for my little Citroen C3. It was a day tool, this, for what it is. But yeah, I just wanted to make sure the timing was exactly where it is, because it was having issues. We're starting from cold, I think. It wouldn't start first time. So I wanted to make sure the timing was exactly where it needed to be. And that's that. Top drawer done. I think that's it, yeah, that's everything. And now we shall move on to the hutch, the riser. La la la. Now this is tidy. If I'd have shown you it yesterday, oh my god, an embarrassment. Yeah, I was ashamed. So cylinder head there is off the Focus, which I'm sort of halfway through, you know, debating what to do with it. It's smashed some valves, it's broke the camshaft, little end bearing, camshaft bearings are knackered. There's actually a follower stuck in there that I can't get out. So I'm pretty sure the head's scrap on this. Obviously we've got the truck bed liner top. And we're on cardboard here just to protect it. And then at the back, bit of a smoothie there. I do like a good smoothie. The certificate of authenticity for this toolbox and the little mini toolbox that came with it. I keep keys in this, to be honest. I've got plenty of vehicles, so we've got the Citroen keys, C3 keys, Punto keys are in that one, and I think there's Corsa keys in there, toolbox keys, Focus keys, my van key. Yeah, this, to be honest, this hutch probably wants organising a bit better, but I've tidied it a little bit just for you lot. So yeah, some rags which always come in handy. That wants to go home, I think. It's just a little cheap rotary tool off eBay. I think I was polishing, don't know what I was polishing with that. Magnetic tray. Some new lights for the back of my recovery truck because it got smashed yesterday. Don't know how. In here there is some receipts and stuff, job cards, the rubber bungs, I think, key ring, yeah, the rubber bungs for when I run some wiring in here. I haven't done that yet. I have actually seen, I was just looking, you know, as you do, looking at shite for sale on eBay. This toolbox popped up with like all the sockets and ratchets sort of lined up on the back of there. Now I'm not sure whether I got the clips with this toolbox to do that. I mean, there is some shite in that bag, but I've not even been through it yet. And then I've picked this up because I'm looking at expanding. But when you look where are we at, I think we're on the Classic series, aren't we? Which is there. But when you look at the trim, obviously you get the gloss black, which I think this is in. But because this is the anniversary edition that comes with the copper trim, there's no copper trim on here, so getting sort of the other riser up there, if I can't get one that matches, that's going to proper piss me off. And then on here I've just got some barrier cream, some waterless cleaner which I use for, you know, dirty marks on customers' cars, and it's also quite good on this toolbox. Set of gloves, some pens, some straws for sort of aerosol, WD-40 or whatever. Towing eye, little cup of sticky money, shite that I found in sort of scrap cars and my own cars when I'm cleaning them. A couple of lighters. Yeah, but yeah, there's what have we got? Just a hat there that came free with the toolbox, and a wing cover that came free with the toolbox. And then at the back, just some odds and sods that won't fit in a drawer that they're meant to be in. Some Gravitex and some fucking power steering fluid. And there we go. Oh, there's a hand towel there as well, because the ones in here don't get washed as much as they should, so I just bring me on. Right, so there's part one of this toolbox tour, and it's probably gone on a bit longer than it should have for got 2 drawers in it, the right width of here. Next time, I think we'll get on this side, whenever that may be. Thanks for watching, we'll see you next time. Cheers, bye.